देवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी. Today we continuing Srimad Bhagavatam, canto first, chapter 19, the appearance of Shukdev Goswami, shloka number 17 to 19. इति स्म राज अध्यवसाय युक्तः
इति स्म राजाध्यवसाय युक्तः
प्राचीनमूलेषु कुशेषु धीरः
प्राचीनमूलेषु कुशेषु धीरः
उदङ्मुख दक्षिणकुले आस्ते
उदन्मुख दक्षिणकूलास्ते
समुद्रपत्न्यः स्वसुतन्यस्तमार भार
समुद्रपत्न्याः स्वसूतन्यस्तभारः
एवं च तस्मिन् नरदेव देवे
एवं च तस्मिन् नरदेवदेवे
आय उपविष्टे दिवि देवसङ्गाः
प्राय उपविष्टे दिवि देवसङ्घा
प्रशस्ति भूमौ विकिरन् प्रसूनेः
प्रशस्य भूमौ व्यकिरन् प्रसूनैः
मुदा मुहुर्दुन्दुभयच नेदुः
मुदा मुहुदुन्दुभयः च नेदुः
महर्षय वै समुपागता ये
महर्षयः वै समुपागता ये
प्रशस्य साधु इति अनुमोदमानाः
प्रशस्य साधु इति अनुमोदमानाः
ऊचुः प्रजा अनुग्रहशील साराः
ऊचुः प्रजानुग्रहशीलसाराः
यत् उत्तम श्लोक गुणाभिरूपम्
यत् उत्तमश्लोकगुण
गुणाभिरूपम्
अभिरूपम्
पुनः च सॉरी इति स्म राजा अध्यवसाय युक्तः
इति स्म राजाध्यव्यवसाययुक्तः
प्राचीन मूलेषु कुशेषु धीरः
प्राचीनमूलेषु कुशेषु धीरः
उदङ्मुख दक्षिण कुले आस्ते
उदन्मुख दक्षिणकुल आस्ते
समुद्र पत्न्या स्वसुत अन्यस्त भारः
समुद्रपत्न्याः स्वसुतन्यस्तभारः
एवं च तस्मिन् नरदेव देवे
एवं च तस्मिन् नरदेवदेवे
प्राय उपविष्टे दिवि देवसङ्गाः
प्राय उपविष्टे दिवि देवसङ्घः
प्रशस्य भूमौ विकिकरन् प्रसूने
प्रशस्य भूमौ व्यकिरन् प्रसूनै
मुदा मुहुदुन्दभय च नेदुः
मुदा मुहुदुण्डभय च नेदुः
महर्षय वै समुपागता ये
महर्षय वै उपागता ये
प्रशस्त साधु इति अनुमोदमानाः
प्रशस्य साधु इति अनुमोदमानः
ऊचुः प्रजा अनुग्रहशील साराः
ऊचुः प्रजा अनुग्रहशीलसारा
यत् उत्तम श्लोक गुणाभिरूपम्
यत् उत्तमश्लोकगुणाभिरूपम्
हरे कृष्ण वरिन्दन इति स्म राजा अध्यवसाय युक्तः प्राचीन मूलेषु कुशेषु धीरः उदन्मुख दक्षिण कुले आस्ते समुद्र पत्न्या स्वसूतं न्यस्तभारः एवं च तस्मिन् नरदेव देवे प्राय उपविष्टे दिवि देवसङ्गाः प्रशस्य भूमौ विकिकरन् प्रसूने मुदा मुहुदुन्दुभयनेदुः महर्षय वै समुपागता ये प्रशस्य साधु इति अनुमोदमानाः ऊचुः प्रजा अनुग्रहशील साराः यद उत्तम श्लोक गुण अभिरूपम्. हरे कृष्ण.
इति स्मराजध्यवसाययुक्त प्राचीनमूलेषु कुशेषु धीर उदन्मुख दक्षिणकुलासते समुद्रपत्न्या स्वसुस्तनस्य तभारः एवं च तस्मिन् नरदेवदेवे प्राय उपविष्टे दिवि देवसङ्गा प्रशस्य भूमौ व्यकिरन् प्रसूनै मुदा मुहुदुण्डुभयचनेदु हर्षयो वै समुपागता ये प्रशस्य साधु इति अनुमोदमाना ऊचु प्रजाग्नुग्रहशीलसारा यत् उत्तम श्लोक गुणाभिरूपम्.
Translation and purport by the Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In perfect self-control, Maharaj Parīkṣit sat down on a seat of straw with straw roots facing the east, placed on the southern bank of the Ganges, and he himself faced the north. Just previously, he had given charge of his kingdom over to his son. Thus, the king Maharaj Parikshit sat to east until death. All the demigods of the higher planets praised the king's actions and in pleasure continually scattered flowers over the earth and beat celestial drums. All the great sages whom were assembled there also praised the decision of Maharaj Parikshit, and they expressed their approval by saying, very good. Naturally, the sages are inclined to do good to common men, for they have all the qualitative powers of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, they were very much pleased to see Maharaj Parikshit a duty of the Lord, and they spoke as follows. The river Ganges is celebrated as the wife of the sea, the seat of Kusha. Straw is considered to be sanctified if the straw is taken out of the earth complete with root, and if the root is pointed toward the east, it is considered to be auspicious. Facing the north is still more favorable for attaining spiritual success. Maharaj Parikshit handed over the charge of administration to his son before leaving home. He was thus fully equipped for all favorable conditions. Even up to the time of Maharaj Parikshit, there were interplanetary communications, and the news of Maharaj Parikshit fasting unto death to attain salvation reached the higher planets in the sky where the intelligent demigods live. The demigods are more luxurious than human beings, but all of them are obedient to the orders of the Supreme Lord. There is no one in the heavenly planets who is an atheist or non believer. Thus, any duty of the Lord on the surface of the earth is always praised by them. And in the case of Maharaj Parikshit, they were greatly delighted and thus gave tokens of honor by scattering flowers over the earth and by beating celestial drum. A demigod takes pleasure in seeing someone go back to Godhead. He is always pleased with the devotee of the Lord, so much so that by his uh, Adi Adidaivic powers, he may help the devotees in all respect, and by their action, the Lord is pleased with them. There is an invisible chain of complete cooperation between the Lord, the demigods, and the devotees of the Lord on the earth. The natural beauty of living being is enhanced by raising up to the platform of devotional service. Maharaj Parikshit was absorbed in attachment for Lord Krishna. Seeing this, the great sages assembled were very pleased, and they expressed their approval by saying, very good. Such sages are naturally inclined to do good to the common man, and when they see a personality like Maharaj Parikshit advance in devotional service, their pleasure knows no bounds, and they offer all blessing in their power. The additional service of the Lord is so auspicious that all demigods and sages up to the Lord himself became pleased with the devotee, and therefore the devotee finds everything auspicious. All inauspicious matters are removed from the path of, of a progressive devotee. Meeting all the great sages at the time of death, was certainly auspicious for Maharaj Parīkṣit, and thus he was blessed by the so-called curse of a Brahmana's boy. Om Jnana Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Sri Gurave Nama Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guroho Sri Yuttapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavancha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitancha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Desha Tarine Vancha Kalpatarubecha Rupa Sindhube Evacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा we continuing Srimad Bhagavatam canto 1 chapter 19 shloka number 17 no, to 19. Here they describe about the um, Maharaj Parīkṣit, how they taking the decision to sit down at the bank of the Ganges, and they hand over their kingdom, all charges of administration to his son Janamejaya. And 18 shloka describe about the same his Parikshit Maharaj's decision, uh, sat to fast until there, and all sages were coming and they glorifying uh, with the word very good, very good. And in 19 shloka, all the sages were assembled there, also praised that is good. They were very much pleased to see Parikshit Maharaj, a devotee of the Lord, because a devotee in the sight of them going to the Supreme Personality of back home, back to Godhead. Prabhuji will tell us all these details in nicely. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, thank you very much, Mataji, for a wonderful summarization. And in fact, touching on the important point of how this shloka is guiding us to go back home, back to Godhead. And exactly that is the very much essence. What Parikshit Maharaj is doing right now is preparing himself so that he can finally go back home, back to Godhead. He has already understood that it is Antakale Chamame Vasmaran Muktu Akalevara. And that is why in the previous shlokas you have seen that he is requesting all the sages who have gathered there to continuously do Krishna Katha or chant Hari Kirtana so that he can get the benefit of it. And we have also seen that he understands Ante Narayana Smriti. So all the assembly has been created, the atmosphere is ready, and he knows that on the seventh day he has to leave the body. So he has to go back. So he's going to fast unto death. And everyone is going to be talking about Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. And that is the only word which is going to be there in front of him. So he believes that he'll be remembering Krishna and he'll get over all his material attachments. Because Before coming to here, he had just given the charge of his kingdom to his son, and he had become perfectly self controlled. And that is something which is seen when he decides that he is going to sit down on a seat of a straw. Now, just look, a seat of a straw. And who is sitting? The emperor. So, this shows that he has had complete detachment. And the seat was also such that the straw roots were facing the east direction, and he was placed on the southern bank of the Ganges so that he himself could face the north direction. So, as Prabhupada mentions in the purport, this is very significant. Ganga, we all know, we have seen its glorification in the previous shlokas, how it is so very wonderful, so very merciful. It is coming directly from the thumb of Krishna. And even Tulsi leaves have been coming in that. So it is all purifying. And when you are sitting on the bank of the Ganges, it obviously means that you are going to be purified completely. And since it is going and meeting the ocean, the scriptures say that Ganga is the wife of Sagar, that is sea, Sagar Devta. The Kusha straw is very sanctified, especially when it is plucked out directly from the earth with complete root. So it has to be plucked. It should not be taken, or it should not be broken. It has to be plucked. And such straws, Kusha straws, they are very, very purifying. And all such straws, when they are viewed and the root is seen in one direction and a mat is prepared, it is a good mat. And if those roots are pointing towards the east, it is very auspicious. And that is what this shloka is talking about. And then when this is how you have put it, so if these are the straws and this is east in front of me right now, so what these fingers are pointing is to the east here right now. So this is how the kusha straw is. So Parīkṣit Maharaj is sitting this way, facing towards the north. So my palm is facing towards the north right now. So this is how he's sitting, because north has its significance. As you have seen in the previously when we talked about the departure of Dhritarashtra along with his wife. Then we talked about the departure of the Pandavas. You have seen all of them have gone to the north side, and you have seen the importance that it is a location where it is spiritually very significant. And that is why when you meditate facing north, you get all the more benefits. So, a completely favorable condition was created for Parīkṣit Maharaj. And in such a situation, even the demigods who are in the higher planets they started praising king's actions. And actually, they started showering flowers over the earth and beat celestial drums. So completely devotional atmosphere. A mortal king on the earth planet getting flowers from the demigods. So this proves that he was no ordinary being. He was a great devotee. And with his actions, he was displaying the same again. In fact, what it also indirectly tells us that how advanced our whole, what I'll say, lifestyle was in those days, interplanetary communication. So immediately the demigods in higher planets came to know, and they who were living a luxurious life and who were serving Krishna, so they immediately started to come and praise Parikshit Maharaj. So if someone is being praised, it means it's a delightful situation. So demigods take pleasure in seeing someone going back to Godhead. And who is going back to Godhead? Someone who has been able to please Lord and who has become a devotee of the Lord. And so the demigods also, in such situation, with their Adidevic powers, help the devotees in all respects. And because the demigods start helping the devotee, the Lord is also pleased with them. So just a complete cooperation. Krishna is pleased, Krishna helps, devotee wants to go back home, back to Godhead, demigods help. Krishna becomes more pleased because of the demigods' actions. So complete change. And the look at it's not only demigods, even the sages, they were seeing all of this. And they saw the decision of Parīkṣit Maharaj, his action, and they knew this is perfect, and that is why they said sadhu, sadhu, which means very good, very good. Now, sages are definitely meant for doing good to the common persons, and they have the same qualitative significance like Krishna. So they were definitely pleased to see Parikshit Maharaj doing the activities which are most beneficial, most ideal, which proved that he was a devotee of the Lord and completely surrendered to the Lord. And exactly this is the natural duty of a living being, that they rise up to the platform of devotional service. Parikshit Maharaj became completely absorbed in attachment for Krishna. And this is something which is being approved by the sages when they are saying very good. So if someone is advancing spiritually, someone is advancing but in devotional service, the pleasure it gives to the sadhu, to the spiritual teachers, Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, it's unlimited. It has no bounds. And everyone offers the blessings. Devotional service to Lord is so auspicious that everyone, whether it be sages, demigods, including Krishna, they become pleased. And so everything becomes auspicious. Whatever inauspiciousness is there, it is completely removed. Like maybe a mosquito in the cup of milk. So the path of progression for the devotee becomes completely freed, and the devotee can simply glide over. So all these sages who had come there, who were having this meeting, was very auspicious, was Parikshit Maharaj. And so the curse which the Brahmana boy had given actually turned out to be a blessing in disguise. So what we are seeing is the final offering of Maharaj Parikshit and his divine renunciation, his determination, his firm resolution, Adyavasaya Yukta, and his decision to focus his final days on spiritual absorption, because that is what is important to be done, and what Krishna had also told us in Bhagavad Gita 2.41. When he talks about it, व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धि एकैः गुरुनंदन बहुशाखा ही अनंता च बद्ध योग अव्यवसायिना. Those who are on this path are resolute in purpose and their aim is one. O beloved child of the Gurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many branched. So we need to have the Vyavasayatmika intelligence like Parikshit Maharaj. Strong faith. And faith means unflinching trust in something sublime. श्रद्धा शब्द विश्वास का है सुदृढ़ निश्चय कृष्ण भक्ति कैले सर्व कर्म कृत है. This is what is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita regarding this. and look at the situations. So, thorough responsibility, renunciation, everything is arranged appropriately. He becomes an ideal king as well, who could lead the people to the path of liberation by personal example. And that is why everyone is pleased. Everyone, the saints are showing their compassion for such a humble human being. So, what we need to take from these shlokas is renunciation with responsibility, that is, passing on the duties, not shirking them. Two, devotion in the face of death. Choose to remember Krishna, not fear. And three, spiritual inspiration for generations. What Parīkṣit Maharaj has done is given us a decision. Let the death come. Let it become a platform for glorifying Krishna, not lamentation of loss. That is the mode which we have to develop in ourselves.